Hey guys, it's me, Kirsten.
And Avon.
And we are the Bow Book Reviewers, and today we're back with another book review, but this book review is even more special than our previous ones because we'll be reviewing
Know Your Rights and Claim Them from Amnesty International.
Nicky Parker, who works for Amnesty International, sent us this book, and it's co-written by Angelina Jolie, the world-famous actress who has starred in many movies like Kung Fu Panda and Maleficent 1 and 2.
And Geraldine Bueren, who is an international human rights lawyer.
This book was published by Anderson Press, and the date it's due out is September the 2nd, so we actually received early access, which is really amazing.
That is very cool. And one of the awesome things amongst many in this book is that it has two foreword pieces, and one is by Malala Yousafzai, who is a name that you would probably recognize, and she is an activist for female education, and Greta Thunberg, who is an activist for climate change and global warming. And they've both written some pieces for the foreword, and I'll just quickly read them. We can stand up for our rights once we understand them. This book is a guide for every child and young person who believes in liberty, equality, and a better world for all. That's from Malala. And the one from Greta, children are the future. This is a perfect book for young people who care about the world and want to make a difference. So I find it awesome how we've got little speeches of hers inside this book. So you may be wondering, what is this book actually about? And I can tell you that. As Malala put it beautifully, it's a guide to young people, minors, taking charge of their rights and knowing them and claiming them. You might not know this, but you have so many more rights than you'd expect yourself to, and sometimes your rights can be abused, and that can lead you to even harmful situations, and that's not good at all. So this book shines a light on your rights, a little rhyme I have going. And it features personal accounts of people having their rights misinterpreted and how they've overcome that, which I think is brilliant. And it's not too hard to read. It is entertaining whilst informing you on the crucial information that you need to know going on in life.
So I'm going to read you guys the blurb now, and the start goes, make the most of your rights, know them and claim them. As a young person, you have human rights, no matter who you are or where you live. They include the freedom to speak out and express your opinions, as well as rights to equality, health, a clean environment, a safe place to live, and protection from harm. The rights are often denied. Governments and adults should uphold them, but don't always do so. This book explains your rights. It highlights the powerful work of young activists across the world, and it gives you tools to navigate the law, to take action, and to demand what is rightfully yours. And another quote from Greta Thunberg is, "This is the perfect book for young people who care about the world and want to make a difference." This book is so useful for minors because it helps you navigate the ways of life, and if you know your rights, that's even better for growing up. And as the blurb said, it's just such an important part of your life to know your rights and to claim your rights. You never know, hopefully not, but in the future your rights could be abused. And if you haven't read a book like this, or if you're not educated about your rights, you may just, let it blow by and just not think anything about it. But if you know and claim your rights and go and speak to someone, maybe the government or something like that, you can get your rights treated respectfully. So I think this book is amazing, and it's very useful for minors.
I recommend this book to parents to give to their children and to children to read themselves, because I think that it's so useful, even if you're not going to have to, bring your rights to the light, I love that rhyme, at any point in your life. It's still very handy to know, in case you can just point something out like, actually, no. And I think that hopefully, God forbid that this doesn't happen, but you might end up in a situation where you have to go to court, or you just have to, have something to do with the government in some reason. And sometimes the government aren't very good at upholding your rights, even though they're the ones who created it, which I find so messed up. But you can just say, actually, that shouldn't be happening to me, which I think is amazing. And it's always just good, even if you aren't gonna use your rights in the future, just to read this book and have it in the back of your mind, so you know that you do have some freedom as a child.
So there are 271 pages in this book, and they are sectioned into 4 parts. So the first part is Know Your Rights, and that has 30 pages in it. The second part is Understand Your Rights. The third part is Claim Your Rights, and the fourth part is Resources and Other Information. I'm going to read you a little bit from a section I found really important, which is self-care and resilience. Self-care can be listening to your body, taking digital breaks, which means coming off your screens for a while, feeling proud of what you are doing, taking time to create safe places and moments for you and others in your community where you take care of each other, putting up some healthy boundaries, and practicing mindfulness and meditation.
I'm going to be reading a section on different ways that government can implement child rights into the law. There is also the issue of governments who have applied reservations to particular rights, so they don't fully uphold them. You can research if your government is one of them. If it is, and if you don't agree with it, you can campaign for the reservation to be withdrawn. You could also consider campaigning for your country to directly incorporate the convention into domestic law, which makes a big difference to child rights. Research who else is already campaigning on this and how to add your voice. So that basically means that there are some countries who have agreed to uphold certain rights, and a lot of countries have agreed to uphold all of the child rights, but there's quite a big chunk of countries that haven't fully signed, all of the child rights, and that can be harmful in some situations. So some ways you can stand up to that is you can campaign and you can become an activist of your own.
Now I'm going to read you a right from this book, and the right I've chosen is education. You have the right to information, a good education and schooling to help develop your personality, talents and abilities. You have the right to information and guidance. You have the right to know your rights.
And I'm going to read you a right, and this one is criminal justice and liberty. You have the right not to be punished in a cruel, harmful or degrading way. You're entitled to a fair hearing and judges must consider your age and needs. You should receive support to help you recover from abuse.
That's only 2 of the many rights that are in this book, and you can find out a whole lot more about your rights if you buy this book on Amazon or Waterstones.
Honestly, we have pretty much no criticisms of this book because it's so amazing. I like the way how everything is laid out, how we have, personal experiences from people who have had their rights misinterpreted. And then also, at the back here, it's like a little dictionary for you. There are some highlighted, there's some bold words put in bold, and those are basically the words that you can see at your little dictionary in the back. So if you're ever confused about something, just head on over there. It's amazing. They even have a notes page. There's a page where you can write your notes in this book. Honestly, it's so incredible. And so remember, once again, you can find this book on Amazon and Waterstones if you like the sound of it. I'm sure you will. It's honestly amazing and it gives us so much information, and it will for you too.
That's the end of this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did, and make sure you like, subscribe and click that bell so you can be notified every time we make a new video.
Thank you so much for watching.
Bye!